How many of you have ever had to read something and then answer questions? Thumbs up if you've ever had to do that.
I learned from watching Lorraine's demonstration in my class how many strategies that one person could use in one lesson so effectively. And the more I see her in practice, it helps me to better my skills as far as teaching the SDAIE strategies too.
When I went into your classroom, my language objective with them was to have them learn how to write their questions. They don't know that there are some keys or strategies or some tricks that they can use to find the answers to those questions. I also wanted them to be able to delve into the social studies part of it so that they could also start picking up some of those strategies to help them as they delve into their history and social studies lessons with you in the classroom. While I pass these out, could you take some time to look through these?
So I thought that was really good, giving them a piece of literature that was geared toward their level and high interest, and you had them read, and then you went through it, and then they were able to pull out the questions and information, and just the key information, like you said.
We have our students often read a chapter and answer the questions at the end of the text. The difficult part is what we want them to walk away with after that lesson or after reading that chapter is very minimal. And they're often overwhelmed with the amount of text that they have to cover, when if we really think about it, an adaptation of the text or a modification of the text helps them, because we want them to walk away or go away with just the essential. And by using this strategy, it helps them find the essential. It has them focus in on a smaller part of the text so they're not so overwhelmed.
That's another strategy that I noticed too, that many times the affective filter and the typical middle school classrooms is pretty high, and the students feel like, oh, I'm going to be called on, or I could possibly be called on. But you allowed for the students, just like you said, to feel safe, and then that makes them relax, and then they can work at their proficient level without having to worry about what you're going to do.
Here's my where question. Okay, when I ask a where question, I need to answer with a what?
Place.
With a place. Here we go. Where is SDAIE headquarters?
They're concentrating on their learning, and that's what you want. I also like the fact that you had them work in partners. You gave them a lot of wait time when you asked them a question. You gave them time to think, then share with a shoulder partner, and then share out to the class. So I thought that was really good too.
Are you willing to try any of those strategies in your lesson?
Yes, definitely. I've been teaching for a long time, but of course I'm not perfect, and I'm always learning. I've been using partner sharing and then sharing out, but then I think I tended to go to where I had their names written on a stick, and I would pull their name stick to make sure everyone participated, and I think that might have raised their anxiety a little bit and made them a little less comfortable than they were feeling in your lessons. So I am going to try to lower their affective filter. Not only that, I plan to modify the text, the one lesson, so that the students could get the content, because the content is, of course, it's 6th grade, so it's a lot harder, and it's higher standards. I don't want to have my expectations too low because they're second language learners, and I've always used cooperative groups, but I plan to make it more so that they feel a little more comfortable in that group setting, and that they're all learning and responsible for their learning. But some of them that might take a little bit longer to learn the information don't feel as if they have to necessarily give like the right answer, that type of thing, the right answer. I'm looking for, learning and growth.
I think it's just critical for us to remember that our English language learners know more than they can say in English. And if we, as their teachers, give them the tools to access that information and have it there so they can build upon it, we'll be better teachers and they'll be better citizens.
I agree. Like I said, it's just a constant challenge every time I'm planning a lesson to make sure that I do include those strategies. Because I have other students that, the same content, they still have to learn the same, but I use some of the different strategies with the second language learners. So I'm constantly learning and growing, and especially from watching you, it helps a lot.